Finn, you're watching Warframe, but we're going abridged this time. We're going to be flying by the seat of our pants, so hold on to your cyandanas. All you need for this loadout to gain really good focus is the Synoid Gamma Core, as well as this build. I'm not going to go over the build, you can screenshot it though. We're going with Arcane Coil, and that's going to give us a little bit of additional range on top of what we already have. Now we're going into Stoffler, because Mag excels, especially on this map compared to most frames, because it's just a really good way to make full use of her kit. At least everything except for Magnetize. Now most people know what Magnetize is good for, but we're mainly focusing on her other three abilities. So as you can see, I waited for somebody else to host, and that's because sometimes with the pull builds, it will send an enemy through the floor. And that only seems to really happen when you are host. And if you're not host, then great, you can just carry on like normal. Now I'm also kind of here to prove a bit of a point. In the full roster review that Brozime did recently, he said a lot of bad things, or negative things, or implied negative things about very good frames. Now I'm just going to preface this portion saying there is no such thing as a bad frame. There's only bad players. So getting back to this video, I'm going to show you what Mag can do when she's sitting next to an Ember, but not just an Ember. And Brozime implied that Ember will always out DPS him at lower levels, and we're about level 30, 25 to 30 on Stoffler starting out. Now we have an Ember in here. We also have a Noob Cannon Mirage build, and you know there's always going to be one of them. And so we're in here, and we're just going to use a simple tactic. We are going to pull the enemies towards us. We are going to strip their armor. You can interchange that because when you're pulling them after you've released the wave from Polarize, it's still going to pull them through the wave, and it's still going to strip their armor. So at that point, once they've landed, you simply use Crush. You don't even need to wait for them to land. You don't even need to wait for the Polarize to actually get to them, because by the third time Crush hits their health, they're going to have their armor stripped, at least if they're in range of Crush. So at this point, I'm doing pretty well. I'm getting anywhere from 1100 to 3400 for all of my beacons, as you can see right here. Now we're on the second level, and it's a little different here. Got a bit of a different vantage point here. You want to get on this pillar that I just passed over, because you're going to have really good, clear eye shot of every major entry point for the enemies, with the exception of two small blind spots, but that doesn't matter because the blind spots are within range of your Polarize, and it's within range of your Crush. So using this tactic, you're going to pretty much dominate the battlefield. Now I'm down to about 59%, and I actually do raise it back up. Keep in mind though, I do have two very heavy DPS frames, and I'm still holding over 50% of all of the total DPS. And that's nothing to sneeze at. And it's very contrary to what most players, most very toxic players, say about Mag. They think she's useless. They think she's okay. You know what? That's just, it's kind of silly, because she has all of this wide range of powers and control over the battlefield, and it just makes her amazing. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of your hair, and I hope I've convinced you that Mag isn't trash. I know a lot of people believe that, and it's just mistaken. With that being said, if you like what you saw, remember to like, share, and subscribe. But otherwise, this is Finn, signing off.